Hello, grade 9 Diamond and grade 9 Amethyst. So I have created this video lesson as a supplementary learning material since I was out for Mimaropa last time, and at the same time to give you time to practice during daytime for your performance tasks in physical education. So now we're going to discuss the Western classical plays and opera. So this has something to do with, or this is also related with our lesson in music, which is the opera of romantic period. So let's talk about theater. So theater arts in Western countries, these are produced and performed in different periods, and it has great influence from ancient Greek and Roman theater arts. So, may ilan na mga naging famous na playwrights. So, na-discuss natin kung ano yung mga playwrights in our music. Also, may mga sumikat din ng mga composers of Western theater arts or opera. So, sila Sophocles, William Shakespeare, Marlowe, and napakarami pang iba na yan. So, yung mga nakasulat dyan sa screen. So, first, let's talk about the history of the theatrical forms and ano nga ba yung evolution na nangyari from the very earliest times hanggang onwards na. So, ang theater ay nagsimula yan as myth, and also ritual and ceremonies. So, early society perceived connections between actions performed by groups of people or mga leaders to a certain society, and yung mga actions ay yung mga galaw nila na yon ay from kung ano yung mga habit nila or yung mga kinakahiligan nilang gawin, also sa mga traditions, also sa mga rituals nila, to ceremony due to human desire and needs for entertainment. So, the repeated rehearsals, performance, and creation of different actions broke the ground for theater. So, let us now study the theatrical forms of the different art period. So, syempre, iba-iba yung mga genre or iba-iba yung mga styles ng bawat period na yan. So, when we say theater, ang ibig sabihin niyan is a place of seeing. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin na place of seeing yan ay tungkol lang yan sa lugar or tungkol lang sa building kung saan pina-perform yung mga theatrical performances. So, to produce theater, a playwright writes the scripts, na-discuss natin yan sa music natin, and the director rehearses the performers. The designer and technical crew produce props to create the scenes, and yung mga actors and actresses perform on stage. So then it will be a true theater act when an audience witnesses it. Siyempre, kahit naman anong effort natin na mag-perform dyan, kung walang manonood, walang saysay yung performance. So masasabi lang natin talaga na totoong theater siya or true theater act siya kapag talagang perform natin and meron talagang audience or nanonood sa performance. Now, let's talk about the ancient Greek or ancient theater. So, from 700 BCE yan to 410 CE. So, ang European theater ay nagsimula yan sa ancient Greece, and it began around 700 BC with festivals honoring their many gods. Alam naman natin, like sa mga Greek mythology nga, di ba? They all believe in different gods and goddesses, like sila Zeus, sila Poseidon, yung mga yan. So, one of the example na na-develop na performance during that time is itong the cult of Dionysus, to honor him. So, Dionysus is the god of wine and fertility. So, meron siyang religious festival na tinawag nga niyang the cult of Dionysus. So, there were three well-known Greek tragedy playwrights during this time. So, we have Sophocles, Euripides, and Aeschylus. So, sa theater ng ancient Greece, it's consisted of three types of drama. which are tragedy, mayroon ding comedy, and meron silang tinatawag na satire play. So, itong tragedy, ito talaga yung may sad ending, ano, mas masakit talaga sa puso. Maraming problemang experience yung main character. While comedy, ito naman yung usual setting, usual everyday setting or everyday scenarios ng mga tao. Also, medyo humorous din itong style na ito. And ito namang satire play, medyo mythical ito. Yung mga hindi naman totoong character sa totoong buhay, ano. Like, may mga iba't ibang characters yan. Mamaya i-discuss natin ano yung specific talaga na characters meron itong satire play. So, in Greece, ang pinaka talagang pumatok sa mga tao during that time ay yung tragedy. So, tragedy was the most admired type of play during that time. It dealt with tragic events, sabi ko nga kanina, and it has an unhappy ending. So, especially one concerning the downfall of the main character. So, talaga dito, inape. Inape talaga yung main characters. So, this is Thespis. He was the first actor and siya yung nag-introduce ng paggamit ng maskara during that time. And he is considered the father of tragedy. So, pagdating naman sa comedy, so plays were derived from imitations. There were no traces of their origin pa, no, itong comedy na to. But Aristophanes wrote most of the comedy plays. So, ito naman ay Lysistrata. This is a humorous tale about a strong woman who led a female coalition to end a war in Greece. So, isa yun sa mga sumikat during that time. Also, itong Cyclops, alam natin yung Cyclops, like yung nakikita nyo, dito, yung isa lang yung mata. Yan. Itong mga Cyclops na to, this was an adventurous comedy na ginawa naman ito ni Euripides. Satire play contains comic elements to lighten the overall mood of or yung serious play with happy ending. It featured choruses of satyrs, so it's based on Greek mythology and with pretended drunkenness or bold sexuality, including phallic props. So may mga tricks and sight jokes naman dito sa satire play. So this satire play featured half-man, half-goat characters known as satyrs. Yan, kaya doon talaga nakuha yung pangalan. So they were awful, ridiculous, and usually drunk. Laging lasing yan. So the satyr characters lasted after everyone on stage, and they delivered the most humorous lines, often at the expense of others. So, sila yung pang-komedya na part talaga or nakakatawang part doon sa overall play. Para kung tragedy man yung unang play, maibsan man lang yung naramdamang kirot kumbaga ng story na unang pinalabas. So, this is the Greek theater na tinawag nilang Epidaurus, yung mismong, ito mismo, tong buong theater or lugar or building na to. Theater buildings were called theatron. And itong mga theaters na to ay napakalaki niyan. And usually, open-air structures yan. And constructed on a slopes of hills. Mamaya i-explain ko sa inyo kung bakit. So, it is consist of the main elements. Merong orchestra, merong skin, at merong audience. Yan. So, kung mapapansin nyo itong part na to, kung mapapansin nyo, itong part na to, yan, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na slopey siya. Parang slopes of hill. Yan, pababa. Okay. Yan. So, for aerial view, ito siya. Isa-isahin natin. This is the orchestra. Yung bilog na nasa gitna, kung titingnan natin dito sa kabilang picture, ito yung nandito. Pwede yung bilog or pwede rin naman yung rectangular na part, ano. So, it's a large circular or rectangular area at the center part of the theater. So, it is where the play or dance or mga religious rites and acting took place. So, dyan yan. Dito yan sa gitnang to. Ngayon, ito namang skin na tinatawag, yan yung pinaka-stage. Yan. Stage yan. So, kung titingnan natin itong picture na to, ito na yung pinaka-stage. Yan. And the theatron or yung viewing place on the slope of hill. Ito na yan. Yan. So, dito sa picture na to, ito yung part na yan. So, dyan na nakaupo yung mga audience. So, dito yung audience, dito yung performances, at dito. Yan. Ito naman, merong tinatawag na parodos or parados. Yan. This is the side entrance ng buong theater house or theater building. Now, let's talk about the Roman theater. And ito ay nagsimula yan noong 3rd century BC. So, the theater of ancient Rome ay nagsimula yan again noong 13th century BC. Although, meron naman talagang native or traditional na performance sa Roma, no? Dahil nga nagkaroon ng Hellenization or ito yung historical spread of ancient Greek culture. Syempre, kasama sila na doon, ano? So, the theater of ancient Rome, again, started in the 3rd century BC. Although Rome had a native tradition of performance, the Hellenization of Roman culture in the 3rd century BC had an intense and energizing effect on Roman theater. And also it encouraged the development of Latin literature. Ano ba itong Hellenization na ito? Ito yung historical spread of ancient Greek culture. Kaya syempre, na-adapt din nila kung anong klaseng kulturang meron doon sa Greece. So, Greek theaters has a great influence on Roman theater too. So, kaya nga na-develop din itong Triumvir Pompey. Ito ay theater din or structure din ng teatro, no? So, it was one of the first permanent, hindi siya gawa sa kahoy, permanent theaters sa Rome. So, whose structure was somewhat similar to Theatron of Athens. O, ipakita natin kung ano itsura nitong Triumvir Pompey. Ayan, Theater of Pompey na tinatawag din. So, ito itsura niya. So, kung makikita natin, halos katulad, ano, so we have the orchestra part here. We have the stage. And nandito yung theatron or nandito yung audiences. Yan. While, ang kaibahan niya din, again, hindi ito gawa sa kahoy. At yung likod ng pinaka-stage niyan ay merong garden. Yan. Merong malawak na garden, merong fountain dyan. Yan. So, yan yung itsura ng Theater of Pompey. And the usual themes for Roman theater plays were chariots races. Ayan. So, itong makikita nyo dyan sa picture. And public execution. So, ito kung nakakapanood kayo ng mga pelikula, no, ng medyo may mga Roman-themed culture na pinapakita, talagang, di ba, yung execution, doon bibitayin. So, ginawa nilang parang form of entertainment, yung mga ganong, ano, like yung mga slaves nila, pinag-aaway-away, tapos panonoorin ng maraming tao. So, form of entertainment sa kanila yon. So, the Romans loved good spectacle. So, they love to watch combat. Yan. They admired blood sports, mga gladiators na yan, mga gladiator competitions. So, sabi nga, the more realistic the violence, the more it pleased Roman audiences. Diba ganun? Pero sa atin ngayon, makakita ka lang ng ganun kalalang scene, parang nakakatakot. Diba? So, Christians, however, opposed the barbaric themes of the plays. And closed down all theaters afterwards. Kasi nga, syempre parang kakaiba naman no, na may pinapatay pero tuwang-tuwa pa yung mga taong panoorin yung pagpatay. Yan. So comedy plays were popular too in the Roman theater from 350 to 250 BC. At yung mga babae nung time na yan ay inalaw na rin na makapag-perform on stage. Now, punta na tayo sa medieval theater. So, ito namang medieval theater is 500 CE hanggang 1400s. So, during the medieval era, so theater performances were not allowed throughout Europe. Yung time na yan. So, to keep the theater alive, minstrels through denounced by the church performed in markets, mga public places, at mga festivals. So, they traveled from one place or from one town to another as puppeteers, mga jugglers, mga storytellers, as dancers, may mga singers dyan, and other theatrical acts. So, itong mga tinatawag nating minstrels were viewed as dangerous and pagan. So, yung mga simbahan sa Europe ay nagsimula na rin silang mag-stage ng kanilang sariling theater performance during or every Easter Sunday. So, without biblical stories and events. So, eventually, some plays were brought outside or outside the church due to their portrayal of the devil and hell. Kasi nga, medyo, parang labas na sa tema ng Biblia yan So inilabas na siya sa church kasi nga may pagka iba na yung tema ng pinapalabas nila. So itong makikita nyo illustration, this is an illustration of minstrels medieval time. Yan. Punta naman tayo ngayon sa Renaissance Theater. So Renaissance Theater started in 1400s hanggang 1600. So ilan yan? So it lasted for 200 years. Yan. So during this Middle Age, mystery plays formed a part of religious festivals sa England and other parts of Europe during Renaissance period. So may mga morality plays. Ano ba itong morality plays na to? Ito yung mga protagonist was met by personifications of various moral attributes who try to choose a godly life over the evil. So yung mga changes na dating masama, nagbago, naging mabuti. Yan, mga ganyan. And also, the university drama were formed to recreate Athenian tragedy. So, one of the most prominent supporters ng theater was Queen Elizabeth I. The companies of players were organized by the aristocrats and performed seasonally in many places. So, they were called professional players that performed in the Elizabethan stage. At ito, kilalang-kilala nyo to. This is William Shakespeare. So, he was baptized on April 26, 1564 at namatay naman siya April 23, 1616. He was an English poet, also playwright, and actor din siya at the same time. And he was regarded as the greatest writer and dramatist in the world. Yan ha. So, Shakespeare was often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. Yan. So, his works consist of about 38 plays. Yan ang mga nagawa niya. Some of these plays were well-loved, katulad ng Romeo and Juliet na kilalang-kilala natin. Also, Hamlet, Midsummer Night's Dream, Cleopatra, yan, Julius Caesar, Much Ado About Nothing. Yan. So, yan yung mga ilan sa talagang sumikat na sinulat niyang mga plays. And for the first time, ballet was performed in public during this period. Ballet is a formalized form of dance which originated from the Italian Renaissance courts. And it flourished from Italy to France with the help of Catherine de Medici. o siya yung Queen of France during that time. And the first formal court ballet na recognize or ever recognized was Ballet de Polonaise in 1573. So, during this time ay meron ng mga different innovations na ginawa sa isang theater, specifically sa stage, ano. So, na-develop itong proscenium. This is the area of the theater surrounding the stage opening. So, arcs frame divide the stage from audience. So, katulad nitong makikita natin dito sa picture, wala na yung parang orchestra na part, ano, hindi na ganun ka-emphasize dito. But then, the performers are actually performing on stage. Yan. While the audience can be seen on these areas right here. Also, na-develop na rin dito sa time na to yung mga backdrops. Backdrops for scenery were popularized. Ito na yung may mga iba't ibang mga paintings, also mga clothings, yan, na para mas ma-emphasize yung scenario ng bawat settings. Commedia dell'arte or comedy of the profession also ay na-develop din during this time. So it was a quick-witted performance of the characters or players. Yan, ngayon punta na tayo sa Baroque Theater. Sa Baroque Theater naman, this began in 1600 hanggang 1750. So, it lasted for 150 years. The theater of Baroque period is marked by the use of technology in current Broadways or commercial plays. So, this technology affected the content of the performed pieces. So, practicing at its best yung tinatawag na Deus ex machina, or it's a Latin word for na ibig sabihin ay God from the machine. Ito na yung solusyon na ginamit nila, ano. This is the Teatro Regio in Turin. Yan, yung itsura niya. So, kung makikita natin, audience are here, may mga audiences din doon, iba't ibang level. Dito rin sa kabila, and yung ating mga performers ay naandito. Yan, sa stage. The use of theatrical technologies in the Baroque period may be seen in the films Vatil nung 2000 palabas yan. Yan, and other movies, ano. And in the different stage productions of Orpheus. Now, let's talk about neoclassical theater. So, itong neoclassical theater lasted for 100 years. So, 1800 to 1900 yan. Neoclassical period was the movement where the styles of Roman and Greek societies influenced the theater art. So, combination na ito ng Roman culture and Greek culture. So, during this period, the theater was characterized by its grandiosity. Ibig sabihin, in grande. Talagang ipinapakita yung pagiging elite. Yan. So, costumes and sceneries were highly elaborate. Hindi pwedeng simple-simpleng mga costume lang. Talagang pinaghahandaan at magastos. So, the concept of decorum, so meaning the right and proper audience behavior, was applied in this period. So, hindi ibig sabihin na you are an audience, hindi ka na rin susunod dun sa mga protocol. So, during neoclassical period, may mga protocols din na dapat, or may mga proper decorum na dapat gawin din ng audience. Hindi yung silang manonood lang basta-basta. So, this is an example of theater house during that time. This is an 18th century neoclassical theater in Ostankino, Moscow. Ayan, so during this period, hindi katulad ng Greek theater, na meron silang tatlong genre ng theater. So during this period, officially established just two types of plays, yung tragedy lang and comedy. So they never mix this together. Hindi pwedeng magkasama yung tragedy tas may konting comedy. Talagang magkahiwalay. Distinct talaga na magkahiwalay yung themes ng dalawa. And the restriction led to the use of the now well-known pair of happy and sad masks that symbolize the theatrical arts. Yan yung paggamit ng maskara. No? Kaya nga 'di ba sa uh, yung kilalang-kilala natin na image pag sinabing theater ay yung happy and sad face ng isang maskara. O nakatulad nitong nakikita nyo dito sa picture. Yan. So there were three playwrights na sumikat or talagang nakapag-achieve ng significant amount of success during that time. So this is Pierre Corneille. Siya ay pinanganak noong 1606 at namatay naman siya noong 1684. Yan. So he was often called the father of the French tragedy. So meaning yung pinaka-tema or content ng mga ginawa niyang plays ay tragedy. So writing scripts for more than 4 decades. So that's more than 40 years. And this is Jean-Baptiste Poquelin, better known as Molière. Yan. So, siya naman is pinanganak noong 1622 at namatay siya noong 1673. Sa kanya naman ay mas kilala siya sa comedies. This is another Jean, but this is Jean Racine, 1639 hanggang 1699. Was a tragedian beloved for his simple approach of action and linguistic rhythms and effects he achieved. So, may pagka more on tragedy din yung theme or concept ng kanyang mga ginawang plays. Yan. A little trivia about neoclassical theater. So, the first spotlight, alam natin yung spotlight, di ba? Halimbawa, may bidang character, sa kanya talaga nakatutok yung ilaw. Yun yung spotlight nila tinatawag. So, yung unang spotlight ay ginamit, was used in the US during this period and was called the limelight pa yung tawag niyan. So, na-develop niyan during this period. And the Theater Regulation Act of 1843 banned drinking in legitimate theater. So, during that time ay binawal ang pag-inom ng alak kapag may mga theater performances. So, many tavern owners took advantage of the situation and renovated their establishment to accommodate live performances. And lastly, yan, romantic theater. Ito namang sa romantic theater, 1800s yan hanggang 2000s. Yan. So, romantic playwrights during romantic period, yan. During romantic period, melodrama and mga operas became the most popular theatrical forms. So, itong topic na to ay connected na to exactly doon sa topic natin sa music. So, about opera. So, melodrama originated from the French word melodram, so which is derived from Greek melos, na ang ibig sabihin ay music, and French word na drum, which is derived from the Greek dran, na ibig sabihin ay to perform. So, music to perform. Melodrama can also be described as a dramatic work that puts characters in a lot of danger in order to appeal to the emotions, and in which orchestral music or song was used to accompany the action. Ayan. And syempre, opera, on the other hand, ito naman ay isang klase ng art form in which singers and musicians perform a dramatic work combining text, yun nga called libretto, and musical scores. So, such acting, scenery, and costumes and dance were important elements of theater, nakatulad din ng na-discuss natin sa music, ano. So, it is usually performed in an opera house, accompanied by an orchestra or smaller musical ensemble. Ito naman yung ilan sa mga sumikat during this time. Victor Marie Hugo. He was born on February 26, 1802 and died on May 22, 1885. So siya ay considered as one of the greatest and best-known French writers. Ito naman ang isa sa sumikat na obra niya, The Notre Dame de Paris or Hunchback of the Notre Dame. Ito ay kwento ng isang kuba, na siya ay nakatira sa simbahan or siya yung taga patunog ng kampana at siya ay na-inlove sa isang magandang babae. There are several playwrights that had been known in this period also, katulad nila Charles, nila George Sand, Heinrich von Kleist, Ludwig Uhland, and napakarami pang iba. So this is George Bizet. Na-discuss natin siya sa music natin. He is a composer at also a playwright at isa sa mga sumikat nga niyang kanta, sumikat niyang na-compose or nabuo ay yung Carmen. Yan. So, Carmen is the most popular among his works. So, na-discuss din natin doon na kung kailan siya, nung buhay pa siya at pinalabas yung Carmen, eh medyo na-bluff yan, hindi sumikat or hindi patok sa mga tao. After nang niyang namatay, nung namatay siya, after 4 months, pinalabas ito ulit yung Carmen at doon to pumatok sa takilya, kumbaga. Talagang sumikat ng husto. So, yun muna. That was all about the Western classical plays and opera. So, mas ididipin natin yung ating discussion sa next video lesson natin. Ibibigay ko sa inyo ilang mga examples ng sumikat na opera and theater performance. Also, yung mga sumikat na like Romeo and Juliet, Sophocles, at sino-sino yung mga characters. Malalaman natin yan sa susunod nating video lesson.